verify that we have actually started the second half of the chat, I will go ahead and put on the apron. So for those of you who don't know what a come to Jesus meeting is, this means, it does mean you're in trouble. It means, I don't actually know what the exact definition is, but it's just something that's, I don't know. And I think it was Christy that said she didn't know that it was a Southern thing. I don't know that I've known that many people that were not Southern that knew what it was, and a lot of y'all didn't know what it was. But a come to Jesus meeting just means you're in trouble for something, or I really got to talk to you about this, or we're going to have a serious, like some of y'all may call it a serious heart to heart, or, you know, something like that. Basically, it is something that you need to not just go, whatever, you know, and blow it off. A come to Jesus meeting means you need to pay attention, okay? So I don't know how else to explain it. Maybe somebody else, you know, can explain it better than me. But, okay, so here's your come to Jesus meeting. The second half of this chat is for all of you caretakers out there. If you are a Weight Watcher, if you're a WWer, and you are a caretaker, or if you are the family member of a caretaker, or at some point in your life, if you're going to have to be a caretaker, which could happen. I hope not, but it could definitely happen. And you never know when it's going to happen. So this come to Jesus meeting is to tell you, I care about you all. The situation that we're in right now with John's dad is because he has been a full-time caretaker for at least a couple of years. And I tell you all how, I can't tell you you're not ever going to be in this situation, but anyway, this is just important information I need you all to hear. So this is the second half. We are starting the second half. This is WW chat number, let me go back and tell you, because I always tell you, this is chat number 193, and it was titled A Good Night's Sleep. We already discussed the fact in part 1, we already discussed the fact that every year WW comes out with a sleep or how to sleep or why you should sleep or whatever topic. And I usually go, oh my gosh, here we go about the sleep. Why do they care if I sleep? It doesn't matter if I sleep. Sleep. Okay, so let me tell you what happens if you don't sleep. John's dad has been a full-time caregiver for his mom even before she got sick. He was a full-time caretaker for her. He is always taking care of everybody, never asks for any help, never accepts any help. But this last 2 years, since he's been dealing with John's mother's Alzheimer's, we didn't realize how little rest he was getting. We just didn't realize it. Alzheimer's is a new disease to us. I know it's not a new disease, but it was new to us. We have battled almost everything else on the planet, but this was new to us. So we really just had no idea. His dad has been majorly sleep deprived. I mean, majorly sleep deprived for the last 2 years. This is an important topic. Sleep and resting. This is such an important topic. Please don't poo-poo this topic. Please don't do like I did. Please don't do like I did for years and think, it's a filler topic, whatever. It doesn't apply to me. It so applies to you, okay? This applies to you and it applies to me. So his dad has been healthy as a horse for 74 years. I mean, the man had not been to the hospital since like 1956. No health problems, no blood pressure problems, no weight problems, no tummy problems, no. I mean, nothing. We never had to do anything with him because he's been healthy. He was healthy as a horse for 74 years. Then the 2 years of, or maybe it was 72 years, but then after the 2 years of sleep deprivation, no rest, and being a 100% of the time on task, focused, not accepting help caregiver, he developed diabetes and had 2 heart attacks. I'm serious when I say this, people. His diabetes and the 2 heart attacks he has had this week are from not sleeping and not resting. It has destroyed his otherwise healthy body. Okay, so we are caregivers right now. We have been caregivers in the past. We have done, a lot of this in the past. Never to this extreme. Many of you are part-time or full-time caregivers now for a loved one or for a family member. I care about you and I don't want you to end up in the same situation. So that's why we're going to spend just a few minutes talking about caregivers, talking about what I need you to do to take care of yourself so that you don't end up in this situation, and so that I don't end up in this situation either. I don't want to get sick. I don't want John to get sick, trying to take care of his mom and dad right now. And I sure don't want to make Casey sick or her family, sick trying to do this. It's a lot of stress. even if you're not the direct caregiver, even if you are not the person doing the caregiving, if you are related to, living with, married to, whatever, a main caregiver, you're already under a lot of stress. So here are the things that have gone well and the things that have not gone so well this week. So we've only been at this a week. So this is only our, tomorrow, this will be the end of our 7th day. So tomorrow he will have been in there for a week. Again, not out of the woods yet. He's still in ICU. John is having to go over there twice a day. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know, still prayers coming, that he is going to make a full recovery. But we have no idea. So we have no idea what to look, look towards, to know what kind of plans to make. And it's not a singular parent. Since his mother has Alzheimer's, we are suddenly thrust into being the full-time caretakers for her as well. Well, if y'all have been around very long, I own Casey Kitchen Center, and I run this every single day. Casey works for me at Casey Kitchen Center, and she also does our YouTube videos and everything else for If You Have an Egg. John, my husband, which this is his parents, he runs the fabrication portion of Casey Kitchen Center, and he has to deal with me and Casey and all of this. So it's a lot. It's a lot. And now a lot has been thrown onto Alan, and Alyssa is just getting drug along for the ride. So far this week, this is only our 6th day. Tomorrow will be our 7th day doing this. Casey's been having headaches. John is constipated. Don't tell him I said that. But John is constipated and he is exhausted, and I've not been eating much. So between Purple and this week, just the additional stress of this week, and normally I'm an eater when I'm under stress, but this has been such a different caregiver week for us because I'm not the caregiver. So I'm not the, hello Roberta. So in this situation, I'm not the caregiver for Poppy. Normally I'm the one that sits at the hospital. I'm the one that's doing everything. So this has been a very different reversal of roles for me. So normally I eat when I'm under stress. I've not been eating much this week. And again, one of my guy employees was like, yeah, you need to eat something. So, I'm over 8 pounds between Purple and not eating this week, but not eating is not the way to do this, okay? I've been lightheaded. Not to mention, the grouchy part of it, whatever. I felt puny a couple of the days. So that's why that's another reason that we're talking about this. But now that we've got a little bit better handle, we've kind of started coming together. We've always been together, but as a family, we're starting to fall into our places. Like we're starting to kind of, since it's not my parents, and since I'm not the main caretaker for everybody, we've all kind of started, falling into our position. So I feel like this week is going to be a much better week, and I feel like it's really time to talk about this. So don't let me get too carried away because we do have one thing to make here at the end so that I will be prepared for this next week. The first thing, if the caregiver is not you, so if you're not the caregiver, don't ask them what they need. Please just don't ask them what they need, because I'm going to tell you that when people ask me what I need, you know what I say? Nothing. I say nothing. And you know what I needed today? I needed toothpaste. Okay? I needed it. I needed toothpaste. I didn't ask anybody for toothpaste. I didn't ask anybody to go get me any toothpaste. I got home today. We hadn't been home in days. I hadn't seen John since Monday. I went home today to take a shower and to take my turn with Granny, and I went, awesome. I don't have any toothpaste. So caregivers, people who are really, really, really caregivers, it's so hard to ask for help. So don't ask them. So, people ask me, what do you need? Do I have 50 people in my life that would have gone and gotten me a tube of toothpaste? Heck yeah, of course I do. Did I ask for it? No, I didn't. So I was over there rolling and rolling and rolling. I didn't have 5 minutes to roll up my toothpaste, rolling and rolling and rolling and squeezing my toothpaste to get out the last little bit so that I could brush my teeth this morning. Don't ask them what they need. Just go do it. Go mow their yard. Take them some toothpaste. One of my very, very best friend, Melanie, she is an awesome and amazing caregiver, but she won't ask for help. She rarely asks for help. And she actually had another family that had mucho kids move in with them after the husband had brain surgery one time. And people were like, what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? Well, I've been her best friend since I was 9. I was like, they need some toilet paper. Because they suddenly had 7 extra people at their house, which made 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people at their house. I went and bought them a case of toilet paper, you know? That's what they needed. So don't ask them, just do it. Go mow their yard, get their mail, help them pay a bill, drive somebody somewhere. Just do it. Don't ask them, just do it. Okay, make sure, number 2, make sure that they have tools. So if it's a Weight Watcher buddy, if it's somebody, if the caregiver that you are living with, married to, whatever, if the caregiver's not you, make sure though that this other person has the tools, even if they're not a Weight Watcher, that they have the tools that they need to stay on track with just life. Make sure they've got water. So I made sure when I took John some food on Monday, he said, I don't guess you brought me anything to drink, did you? And I went, yes, I did. You have an entire case of water in your vehicle now. So make sure that they can stay on track, like water. Okay, snacks that are not highly processed and salty and sugary and whatever, and just going to make them crash and burn, or some already prepped food. Casey has become the casserole queen. I don't know what all she keeps making, but Granny, who won't eat anything except for McDonald's, has eaten everything that Casey has put in front of her. We had some kind of a Mexican, or no, it was an unstuffed pepper. She made it like an unstuffed pepper casserole the other day. We were licking the bottom of the thing. So prepped food, already prepped food. And you know what? She lightened it up for me. She used light sour cream. She used some fat-free things, some light cheeses. You know, she's lightening it up. So make sure that they have some already prepped food. And show up prepared to help, and then make them take a break. So just show up ready. You know, don't give them an excuse to say, I've got it, don't worry about it, you know, don't whatever. So like today, Casey and I showed up prepared to help. We had Alyssa with us. We already had a clean pull-up on her, and she'd already been potty. We had food, we had drinks with us, we had stuff to work on, we had stuff to keep Granny's mom busy. And then when John came back from seeing his dad, again, he's exhausted, he's not feeling good, he's not been eating the greatest, you know, so we've got to get him back on. But we said, oh, just go lay down for a second. And he goes, okay, 5 minutes. Well, an hour and a half later, when he got up and was like, hey, I didn't need to sleep that long, and we were like, yeah, apparently you did. But show up prepared to help. Show up prepared, you know, make them take a break. Make them take a break. They're not going to want to take a break. They think they have to do it all themselves. Okay, if you are the caregiver, been there, done that. If you are the caregiver, accept the help. Okay, I'm talking to myself here. Accept the help. I should have told somebody I needed toothpaste. You know, it was silly. I've told Casey over and over and over again, that's okay. We're okay. We're okay. Don't worry about it. But she keeps making food, and we are loving it. We're trying to learn how to accept the help. This is super hard for John to accept the help. He feels immediately responsible for his mom. He feels immediately 100% responsible for his mom. And you know what? He's not. You know, he has other people that can help. So learn to accept the help. It's hard. I know. Been there, done that. It's hard, but try, and I'm talking to myself too, but try to accept the help that people are giving you. This is going to sound like a weird one, but I'm going to say avoid salt and sugar. As much as you can, avoid salt and sugar. I cannot imagine, like white sugar, I cannot imagine how crummy I would feel right now and how much less help I would be if I had not started Purple again 3 weeks ago. My feet feel great. I am not chewing Advil like it's, you know, like there's no tomorrow. You know, my tummy's not bloated. I can sit for, I hate to say it, but I can sit for hours at a time. That first night in the emergency room, I went ahead and took over because I knew once he moved on from the emergency room, my time was going to be over because of stupid COVID. I wouldn't be able to tag out with John, you know, at the next hospital. So I went ahead and volunteered for first night emergency room duty because I've not been eating any salt. Like the only things I've had salt on, if I pop popcorn and it already has salt on it, but I have not been adding salt to anything. You know, I cannot express to you how much better I feel. I could sit there for hours. My tummy wasn't upset. You know, I just felt great. Salt and sugar will weigh, and processed sugar will weigh you down. It slows everything down. I know that's why John's constipated right now. Just try to eat some real food. So Casey's been trying to feed John real food. Granny is thriving right now. So even though she has Alzheimer's, and Casey and I are not going to cure her, but Casey making her real food. I mean, this woman was eating McDonald's every day because John's dad was the main caretaker. He doesn't cook. She was the cook, you know. He doesn't cook. He doesn't know what to make her. We haven't been making them accept help. We didn't know that they needed this kind of help. We just found out, you know, within the past few months that they've literally been eating McDonald's every single day. Eat some real food. If you're the caregiver, accept some food, but eat some vegetables. Eat some things that can, you know, that can lighten you up. I'm sorry, Christy just popped in and said it's a big rush of energy, but then it's a huge crash. Oh my gosh, it's such a huge crash. It is such a huge crash. Eat some real food. Eat some vegetables. Okay, I got John prunes for this week, so he's got bananas, prunes. I've made him some hard-boiled eggs. You know, anyway, eat some real food. Okay, and then the last thing is number 3 is rest. Whew, that one's hard. We're doing it. We're doing it right now. But sleep. Pay attention to your WW Weekly. Try to get a good night's sleep. Identify some of those roadblocks. Find some things that are keeping you from getting a good night's sleep. Take a nap. If somebody says, hey, I got this, you know, I brought my book, I'm going to watch them. I'll come and get you if the doctor comes in, or I'll come and, you know, I'll let you know if anything changes, or, you know, whatever. Don't worry about it. Just go be quiet for a few minutes. I promise you, if you let them go be quiet for a few minutes, they're probably going to go to sleep. They're probably going to fall asleep because they're tired, they're exhausted, you know. Just so let them take a break. If you're the caregiver, take a break. And if somebody offers you a break, take it. And let somebody else stay. If there's an opportunity, let someone else stay. You know, you don't have to do it all yourself. John doesn't have to do all this, you know, himself. He's got family around, you know, he's got people that can step in. So take the break, enjoy the break. He felt guilty today for falling asleep for an hour and a half. There was no reason to feel guilty. We had it. Everything was good. But I totally understand. And I just realized Casey must be logged in as me because she's answering, and it's answering as If You Have an Egg, a Weight Watcher's Journey. That's actually Casey talking. She says sleeping has been the only thing keeping her and Daddy going this week. So after the first couple of nights, so they had the first night was crazy, but then I sent everybody home to go to sleep because I knew I was the only one that was going to be getting any sleep. Casey lives right across the street from them. I knew she was going to have granny duty and daddy duty. So I knew I was the only one that was going to get any sleep. So I sent everybody else home and I stayed there that first night. Second night was crazy. Third night, absolutely insane. So the first 2 to 3 nights, we were try to go to sleep, phone would ring. Try to go to sleep, emergency room would call. Try to go to sleep, ICU would call. I mean, it was constant for that first few nights. So now that we've kind of got our rhythm down, everybody's trying to sleep. The only problem I've had is Granny has stolen my dog. And so Dusty has been with her for the last 6 nights. So my husband has not been home, and my dog, Dusty, has not been home for the last 6 nights. So I have stolen Dusty back because I need a little rest before the work week starts and before all this craziness starts again. So Dusty's right here. I have stolen my dog back for 1 night. Okay, so get some rest, take it easy, let somebody else stay, let somebody else help. Okay. We have 8 minutes left, and I have fussed at you all. So I am going to say again, I'm going to make us a little something, just a really quick recipe that is refreshing. It's delicious. Everybody will eat this. No one will have a clue that it is WW friendly. It keeps pretty well for a couple of days in the refrigerator. Not for a long time, but it keeps pretty well, you know, for a couple of days. This is definitely some real food, so I am making this so that I have this for the next couple of days to snack on. This is another one of those things that I could carry around and eat if I wanted to, or it's really good with chicken. So has anyone, okay, so I'm done fussing for right now, but I'm serious. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, and I'm talking to me, okay? But has anybody ever had Waldorf salad? So raise your hand, give me a thumbs up, or give me a heart if you've ever had a Waldorf salad. And Barbara says, thank you for coming to the Jesus meeting. Okay, so a lot of you all have had a Waldorf salad. Okay, in the past, they have been heavy. So a Waldorf salad is, they've just, every one that I've ever had in the past, they've just been super, super heavy. So this is a lightened up Waldorf salad. I'm making this for me to have for the next couple of days. I'm making it to take to John's mom. I'm hoping that Granny's, gonna partake of this. I wish I could get Alyssa to eat it, but she's just not quite there yet. She's still just 2.5, and things like this are, kind of odd to her. But in the past, they've been, super heavy laden, lots of, thick sour creams or mayonnaises or, just a thick dressings, I'm going to call it, for that. So this one is way lightened up. Again, it lasts for a couple of days. It's not a super long time because this is all fresh, fruits that you're going to put in here and some vegetables. But this lightened up Waldorf salad, I think it's a great thing you could make ahead for someone who is a caregiver or who's just having a hard time or who needs to eat something. It is delicious if you add grilled chicken to it. I probably won't for this batch, but of course, you know me. I bought enough extra that I could make it the rest of this week if I decided I wanted to. But we're going to start with celery. So this is the only vegetable that's going to be in here, but it's about 2 cups of celery, and you just chop it up, kind of fine. I'm going to go ahead and pour that into a big bowl. And then about 2 cups of cut up grapes. So you're going to go ahead and cut them in half. You don't have to cut them into anything smaller, but just cut them in about half. I usually do red seedless grapes because it's a nice color complement to the green celery that's already in there. And I'm going to go ahead and dump that in the bowl. And can I just tell y'all how nice and therapeutic it was just to be chopping some vegetables and some grapes? I mean, it was lovely and therapeutic for that. Okay, then I'm going to use an apple corer. And for the apple, you can use any kind. If you do not like the peel on your apple, first get a good apple corer. Just go ahead and get a good one. You're going to need it for so many things, especially our baked apples that we've been making here lately. But get a crisp apple, and you can either use one huge apple. So this is one huge Honeycrisp apple, or you can use 2 smaller apples. And if you don't like the peel, you can go ahead and peel it first. I do like the peel on my apples, so I'm going to leave it on there. I'm not somebody that bothers me. And go ahead and chop that up. And the reason that you're going to core the apple is because you're going to get, and I just flipped a piece of apple over onto Dusty, and he's like, what is that? But you're going to get the most apple if you go ahead and core it instead of trying to cut the center out. And the 1 large or the 2 small makes about another 2 cups of apple. You want to cut the apple last because it is going to, you know how apples turn brown and mushy? It's either going to turn brown and mushy, or you can spritz it with a little bit of lemon juice to keep it from doing that, or some Fruit Fresh. But Fruit Fresh I don't know. I try not to put Fruit Fresh on things just because it seems chemically to me. So I try not to do that. So I just go ahead and do the apples last so that they still, have some nice color to them when I add them. Okay, let me get a little bit more cut up here. And really 1 Honeycrisp, or you can use Granny Smith. You can use any kind of a firm apple. And it is definitely apple season in our area. Karen went to the apple orchard a couple of weeks ago, and she brought me back a lovely bag of assorted apples. Okay, almost done with this. So far we have 2 cups of celery. Doesn't matter which plane you're on, celery is 0 points. We have almost 2 cups of sliced grapes. Also 0 points no matter which plan you were on, no matter which WW plan you were on. And we're going to end up with 1 large or 2 small firm apples. Also still 0 points no matter which plane you were on. Okay, and there's the last of that. Then you have approximately 1 cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt. And depending on which plan you're on, may or may not have points. But since I'm doing purple right now, still does not have any points. And it has a teaspoon of chia seeds in it, only because I bought like a warehouse full of chia seeds for all these overnight oats that I was making. Yeah. So the teaspoon of chia seeds over this whole thing, because this is probably going to make, I don't know, it's probably going to make like 8 servings. I ate a lot of it. Oh yeah, and Barbara said she read you can use vitamin C for instead of fruit fresh. And yeah, that's exactly why the lemon juice works too. But this is only a teaspoon of chia seeds, which is 1 point if we were going to eat the 1 teaspoon of chia seeds. But spread out over this, it's not going to amount to anything. And then it has 1 squirt of the, so it's 1 pump of the Skinny Syrup's vanilla. And then it also has a teaspoon of the monk fruit sweetener. So I'm new to monk fruit, but because y'all keep talking about it so much, I'm trying it. But so it has a teaspoon of the monk fruit sweetener in there, and the one I got was the monk fruit blended with other sweeteners. It's monk fruit in the raw. So we had that in there, and and about a tablespoon of water. And the tablespoon of water is just to make it thin enough so that when you toss all this together, it's going to coat it really evenly. So just spread that out over the top really well. I'll hurry, because it's about 9 o'clock. Okay, and John should be getting another update on his dad soon, so I want to definitely hurry. Okay, so you're just going to stir all that together, or if you wanted to put it like in a Ziploc bag and, kind of toss it in the Ziploc bag, whatever is the easiest way for you to mix this. And it's funny, I saw, while I was sitting at the hospital on Tuesday morning, I guess it was, Dylan Dreyer was making this with her toddler. So she was making something similar to this with her toddler, and he was eating it before, and I so wish Alyssa would, but he was eating it before she could even get it like stirred. He was just sitting up there picking and eating, and obviously it was something that he had. And yes, you can make it without the seeds. So Barbara wanted to know if you could make it without the chia seeds, for sure. Yeah, that is just because I have so many of them. And then the last thing is you want to get some chopped walnuts, and this is 1/4 of a cup. This is 1/4 of a cup of chopped walnuts, which 1/4 of a cup of chopped walnuts has 6 points, but because you are going to divide this out into it, this is going to be at least 6 servings. I mean, you might have a second serving of it, but each serving is going to have less than 1 point, a point or a little bit less than 1 point of the walnuts in there. So if you are on purple, this is going to end up being 1 point or less because of the walnuts. If you are on blue or green, you're just going to have to figure out those points yourself, because I'm not going to take the time to do it. But this is a beautiful Waldorf salad. It is celery, apples, grapes, and I put chia seeds in mine, non-fat plain Greek yogurt, some vanilla flavoring, a little bit of monk fruit. You could use your other, whatever your favorite 0 point sweetener is. I just am trying this because it's new to me, and some chopped walnuts. So this is going to be absolutely fabulous, delicious. I think everybody's going to like it. Fingers crossed that Alyssa will, actually try it. It does last for a couple of days in the refrigerator. But I think it's a good one. So thank you again to everybody. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go tonight. And yes, I promised. Oh, wait, Joyce asked a question. Hold on. What was the Skinny Syrup? So Joyce, the Skinny Syrup was vanilla. You don't have to use Skinny Syrup, but we have a plethora of it here at Casey Kitchen Center. So that was what I used. But I used just that little bit of vanilla just to give it, an extra little bit of sweetness. But honestly, it's just good on its own. Actually, you know what? We'll try a bite real quick before I let you go. So hold on just a second. Let me try one bite, because I always try something for you all. Let me make sure I get a little bit of everything in there. Everybody loves a good Waldorf salad. So, and you can see it's very crunchy, so it takes you a long time to eat it. Very crunchy. So thank you again, everyone, for your prayers. Thank you for your well wishes. Don't worry, I did get some toothpaste. I know y'all are super concerned about that. Thank you to everyone who has already ordered one of Casey's koozies. Again, we have no idea what we're getting ready to come up against. And since our entire family, except for Alan, all works at the same place, you know, could be kind of weird. To people who had donated money towards the camera, never entered my mind this week to go ahead and order it. Sorry. Was not planning on being in the hospital literally the next morning and throughout the week. So we have not lost focus of that. We will be getting the new camera, so that will be coming soon. But thank you again, everybody. I hope y'all have an amazing week. I'm going to take my dog and go home and enjoy my one evening with him. But we thank you for your prayers. We will try to keep everybody posted. But yeah, take care of yourself. If you're the caregiver, take care of yourself. So y'all have an amazing week. Hopefully, we will be able to have a more normal week. Hopefully, I will have better news for you next week. But yeah, y'all have a good one, and I will see you later. Thank you again for your support. Good night.